Today I thought we would talk about cleaning, not one of the most interesting conversations we've had on a podcast, but to landlords probably one of the most important things when it comes to a checkout inspection. Now, most of the disputes raised with the deposit services involve more than one issue, but cleaning and damage remain the most common areas of dispute. Cleaning was the single most contested issue last year, with a claim appearing in over 50% of disputes submitted to the TDS scheme. So with that in mind, I thought I would run you through the process of check out, check in, and what to do with cleaning matters. Listen to more. Firstly, the claim. The claim was by the landlord, and the claim in this case was for a full professional deep clean at the end of the tenancy. The landlord's evidence included the tenancy agreement, condition reports from the start and the end of the tenancy, so the check-in and the check-out report, and an invoice in support of the claim for a further full professional clean. Then we heard from the tenant, and this was the tenant's response. The tenants disputed the claim, and they provided evidence in the form of a receipted invoice to show that they had indeed instructed and paid for professional cleaners to attend the property at the end of the tenancy and to clean the property, and this was literally immediately before the checkout inspection took place. Now, the next part is really important because the tenants also claimed they were not given the opportunity to send their cleaners back into the property to remedy any emissions that were identified within the checkout inspection and report. A bit of background information. The property had indeed been professionally cleaned at the start of the tenancy, with some emissions noted, and this is fairly standard within the check-in report. The summary of the checkout report stated the property was not cleaned, with further detail contained within the checkout report and also qualified by photographs. This confirmed that several cleaning oversights were present. This included the kitchen white goods and appliances, and also the sanitary ware within the bathroom. Now, this isn't a porter's case, it's a test case from the TDS, and it provides a very interesting reading. And here is the outcome from the adjudicator at the TDS. Adjudicator, although persuaded that an award was justified, did not make an award for the full amount claimed. The checkout report confirmed that parts of the property were left as check-in, and it also noted some other areas required only relatively minor cleaning or finish cleaning. The invoice provided to support the claim included carpet cleaning, when in fact there were no carpets at this particular property. Therefore, in these circumstances, the claim for a full professional re-cleaning throughout was not justified. For the issues for which the tenants were responsible and taken into account of the emissions present at check-in, the landlords were awarded a contribution towards the claimed amount only. So, what are the key points here? As agents, we are not allowed to insist that the tenant has a professional clean at the end of a tenancy. However, if the property was professionally cleaned at the start of a tenancy, then the tenant must return the property cleaned to a professional standard. Very few tenants can do this themselves, so therefore we at Porters do recommend they hire a professional cleaning company. The next point is what we referred to earlier, that the tenant wanted to go back in and to make good any emissions. Well, a tenant has no automatic right of re-entry to carry out repairs or indeed cleaning following the end of the tenancy. Any access is granted solely at the discretion of the landlord. As we all know and probably have experience of this, the standard of professional cleaners vary enormously. The checkout report is of greater evidential value than an invoice when assessing the extent of a tenant's liability for additional cleaning at the end of the tenancy. Generally, you have got text backed up by photographs from a professional checkout clerk. A summary statement within a checkout report, such as not cleaned or needs cleaning, is not sufficient. Any general statement must be supported by specific detail within the checkout report. It does not automatically follow that an adjudicator will award an amount equal to an invoice provided. Here, the amount awarded had to reflect that there were cleaning emissions at the start of the tenancy. Not all parts of the property were noted as required cleaning, and others required a light clean only. What we have to ensure as agents is that any claimed amounts are fair and reasonable and accurately reflect the extent of a tenant's liability. Here in this test case, the invoice included carpet cleaning, when of course there were no carpets within this property. This really does show the importance of a professional and independent check-out and check-in inspection provided to the tenant. They're allowed to read it, they can sign it, they can log on and see the photographs. This is really a landlord's form of insurance. So when we carry out the checkout inspection, we can have a document to compare to make sure the property is returned to you as a landlord in the same condition. Thank you for watching our podcast, and we shall keep you updated with further developments as the weeks and months go on. Thank you.